Hi, I'm Ed from Editors. We're here in the Fillmore in San Francisco, and you're watching Interview World.
Anyway, I just wanted to start off with telling us a little bit about the Editors themselves and how you guys came to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, we met as quite a lot of bands do at university. You know, we were all doing the same course and all interested in music. I guess just bumping into like-minded people was the best thing that came out of that experience. So, yeah, so we just went on from there, moved to Birmingham together in a house, just all together, just did day jobs as usual and rehearsed during the evenings, and yeah, it's just sort of evolved very much through friendship.
Fantastic. You guys outlive together then?
We did. We don't do any more. No. You know, we always live with each other on a bus anyway, so it's difficult to get away from each other. So we don't want to spend every second together.
That's probably always a good thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so apparently you and Chris both worked at the shoe shop.
We did, yeah.
Yeah. So how was that?
I was probably the worst shoe salesman on the planet. So I was pretty awful. I was a bit too enthusiastic, but not very good. Yeah, it was actually good fun. You know, I quite like meeting people. That's why touring's probably the perfect job to do. You get to meet an awful lot of people.
On the road, getting to different cities.
It's brilliant. I can't imagine not enjoying it. You know, it's every time we come to especially a new city or a venue we haven't played before, it's extremely exciting.
Well, I've just been listening to the new one. The previous album is a lot darker, actually.
Right.
The new one seems to have gone in a lighter direction, and I'm kind of curious as to whether that was a conscious decision on your part, or if it was something that developed organically.
I mean, certainly the first album's quite claustrophobic and it's quite aggressive in places. Well, we wanted to make a more textured record, certainly, but we didn't go about trying to soften any edges. We wanted to get more instruments, better ideas for, you know, progression of songs, and I think we've certainly come up with that. But I wouldn't say we've tried to dull it down at all, or take away any of the passion and emotion that was in the first. We've just kind of wanted to make it grander, I guess, more cinematic.
So that's always good. Different influences, I suppose.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, we were listening to music constantly in the studio. The producer Garrett Lee's very into, you know, having reference points on, you know, on the stereo pretty much at all times. So we were listening to all sorts of stuff, from, you know, LCD Sound System to Kate Bush, Peter Gabriel. You know, a lot of stuff, a lot of hard rock as well. Biffy Clyro were on the stereo quite a bit, who we can hear in the background checking now. You know, yeah, lots of influences, and I think that's a very good thing.
So how did the Editors actually start? Pretty much just when you guys met, you pretty much knew that you wanted to work together as well.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, I guess it's in Tom's sort of blood. He thinks about music all the time, and I guess he was the sort of main catalyst behind it, as he is with the songs. You know, he's the main songwriter, I suppose. But yeah, it's just something that we all enjoy. You know, we all got together through a love of bands like Elbow, and you know, we were listening to the Strokes' first album together and talking about it, and how excited we were by that album when it came out. And I mean, you sort of inspired us, I expect. So, yeah.
If you could maybe describe to us a little bit how the recording process works.
With this album, it was much different to the first. I mean, first album we had, you know, years, sort of 2 years to rehearse the best songs that we'd made and put them on record. But for this album, a lot of the writing was actually done in the studio as we were going along, and we were experimenting a lot. It gives you incredible freedom in being able to record anything at any time of the day when you come up with it like that, you know, and see if it works or not. So yeah, it was a very free way of working, and one we enjoyed very much.
Far cry from selling shoes.
Yeah, exactly. A long way from selling shoes.
So you've had two different producers. You had Jack Knife Lee, and then you had Gavin Monaghan.
Well, actually, the first album was produced by Jim Abitz.
Oh, really?
Who's you know, since then he did the Arctic Monkeys album. He's done a lot of stuff. Done Ladytron, places like that, and he's worked with Bjork, and he was quite dance orientated when we went to him. A bit of DJ Shadow as well. But Gavin Monaghan does our B-sides.
Wow.
So
okay.
We've worked with him for a long time. He's a great guy. He's from Wolverhampton near Birmingham.
Oh, sweet.
And so we've basically been going to him demoing ever since we started the band. So he's very close to us, and I think he gets good results out of us actually. He's just done a record with a band called The Twang from the UK. They're pretty good. They're very UK sounding. They're sort of friends of ours from Birmingham as well. But yeah, Gavin is a very interesting guy.
Sweet. So speaking of other bands, what are you listening to in your MP3 player at this moment?
Ooh, there's a band called the Kiss Away Trail from Denmark who I'm into at the moment. I think they're coming on tour with us in the UK, along with Ra Ra Riot as well, who are a fantastic New York band. Yeah, that's been the sort of the thing that's been tickling my fancy recently.
Where do you see the Editors moving in the future? Or is it too early to start thinking about it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, we've only just started touring this album properly, and so all of our efforts are really focused on that at the minute. I'm sure by Christmas time we'll start thinking about, you know, wanting to inject some more new songs into the set. So we'll try and sit down and write something, I suppose. But we just want to get better. We want to play better. We want to play venues like this more. You know, this is a special place, and it's beautiful as well. So just as long as we can keep on going and you know, and progressing as songwriters, then that's really the aim.
Well, I remember reading an article in the NME where they basically called you, quote unquote, the gloomiest band in Britain.
Yeah.
I was wondering how that made you guys feel.
Really unhappy, really depressed. No, they're I don't know. They're always trying to have a good headline about a band, aren't they? So it didn't make any difference to us at all. We're not like the darlings of the enemy or anything, so it didn't get our backs up.
That's a shame. Well, you've got really good press out here in the United States.
It's been going okay, yeah. I mean, you know, as long as we can come and keep on playing and trying to impress people the way we know how, then I don't think too much bad press is going to come out of it.
Sure. Do you ever find yourself reading the articles?
Very occasionally. It's more difficult, obviously, getting hold of the press over here, unless we're actually here. So, yeah, occasionally. It's not. I don't know. It can be either too good or bad for your ego. So I kind of tend not to.
After the show tonight, are you guys planning on playing out in San Francisco at all? Or?
We're going to something down the road. It's pop scene, actually.
Pop scene?
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
We're going to go. We played there actually on our first time to San Francisco.
I think I was at that show.
Oh right, great. It was good fun. But so we're going to go down there, spin some tunes.
Oh, sweet.
Probably surprise people with our terrible musical taste. And yeah, no, it should be fun. So that's after the show tonight. Maybe grab a shower after that as well.
Always a good idea.
That would be good. That would be very good.
Well, thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
You having time to talk to us.
Good on you. Cheers.